Talking to your child following a tragedy like the one in Texas can be difficult, but local experts say it is an important conversation to have. News 8 Now's Dua Israr is live in our studio with how to discuss feelings of fear and anxiety with your children. Dua?
Mike, if you or someone you know has a child, chances are they've been seeing and hearing about the school shooting in Uvalde. But while kids may talk with their friends and classmates, experts say it's important for parents to discuss how to cope with their kids. When you hear about a traumatic event, feelings of anxiety,
and sometimes you can feel a little surrounded, like they're happening everywhere.
Danger,
in that moment, I mean, can anyone really be that prepared?
And fear can be overwhelming.
At this point, is it safer to be somebody that teaches remotely? Is it safer to be somebody as a parent to have your kids learn from home?
For kids,
it can be really unsettling for them, frightening, in fact.
As well as parents.
I have a high schooler, and I absolutely think about her safety every day.
Child and family therapist Jeff Ryland says it's important for parents to talk with their kids following a traumatic event to help children understand their feelings.
Sometimes parents and caregivers get so busy that they just don't notice.
One way to start the conversation is by pointing out changes in your child's behavior.
Are they seeing any behavior changes, any mood changes, any more clingy behavior at bedtime, anything that's just out of the ordinary for the child?
Ryland says adults should also remind kids it's important to talk to a trusted adult if they see something at school.
And I think kids are oftentimes caught in a bind. Boy, I've got access to this information. I care about this person. I don't want to rat on them and get in trouble. I don't want them to be mad at me.
Because sometimes kids don't always have the right words or know who to approach when something happens.
And they shouldn't have to carry that burden alone. They're not trained to do that. That's not their job. Their job is to be a friend, but they can't always sort out, what do I do with that information?
Some educators say having these conversations with kids is necessary as school shootings become frequent.
If we're asking kids who are in kindergarten to do active shooter drills, I think we have to have these conversations if we're not willing to change the laws.
While parent Diana Diaz-Granados believes these conversations wouldn't have to happen if elected officials took action.
That is passing laws to limit access to guns, to do background checks, to make our communities all safer. They need to do their job.
As for children, Ryland says kids should always have at least one adult they can trust in a building. Ryland says parents should consider limiting the exposure kids have to media and news when a traumatic event occurs, especially for those who are younger.
All right, thanks a lot, Dua. If you're noticing changes in your child or want to know how to approach the topic of the shooting, we have posted some resources on news8000.com.